Unfortunately, I don't have a love story of cooking with my nonna or being inspired by one culinary moment. It was really out of necessity and maybe fear of failure, fear of not being successful. And that's when I really dove into it. It's 24/7 reading cookbooks, trying out things, trying to work with the best people, work with the best standards. I guess the goal was to start learning about the process of breeding and raising pigs. We don't get whole pigs all the time, but when we do, we always get it from Rory. You can't really beat the fat on these pigs just because of the way. Super delicious. It's a really small family-run business, and generally we try to deal with people like that as much as possible.
So this is a great spot for them to live because they don't get the full summer sun.
Yeah.
And they get in a heavy rain, it gets dispersed.
Yeah, for sure.
And for having babies, it's great. They use the needles and they can dig a little hole, and it produces a nice healthy. See how thick their shoulders are?
Yeah.
And as soon as they're born, they're already in the dirt, so they're getting immunity from the pathogens and microbes that are in the soil.
Oh,
so they don't need any antibiotics. It's not like we're not highfalutin. No, we don't use the antibiotics. It's because they don't need it.
Yeah.
Remember Grant?
How are you,
Hi,
Maya?
Grant. How are you?
How are you,
Hi,
Alan?
Hope you guys are hungry.
Seeing you guys. How's it going? You guys prepared lunch?
Yeah, a little local. It's all pretty much local.
Yeah, awesome.
What's the theme of the new restaurant? What's the food angle?
It's inspired by Spanish, the way of eating in Spain. Definitely with some Spanish influences the food-wise, but it's more of just the kind of convivial, casual. As long as it tastes good, it's kind of it's like the pork, right? It's like you gotta do it right and simple, and and as long as it tastes good, that's the end goal, right? So this is La Cultura Salumi here. This is where some of the crown salumi products get done. This is with the fat on. We're trying out something new with all the fat kept on. You got a spicy one over here. That's the lonza. That's the same one without the fat over here. So this is the prized culatello. A little bit of bone in them, and they've been curing for almost a year now. Serve almost all of these at the restaurant. The stuff La Cultura does here is that it's very much minimal seasoning and very much just about tasting the quality of the meat. I think heading to Europe, it was my first time there, and this was a 2-month trip that I was going to explore a large portion of Europe, starting in Spain. The sense of culture there, on the streets at 9 o'clock at night, people are spilling out on the streets with, drinking alcohol, hanging out with their grandmothers. And so Bar Isabel was really kind of like this connection of eating and drinking rather than just having a little bit of wine with your dinner. It was very much about being social, being loud, being lively, being casual, but also delivering really polished service. So many restaurants want to be sharing plates and this tapas style of cooking and eating, yet there's like a little plum and a little carrot, and how are you supposed to share that? So one of the things we really wanted to do at Isabel was to make sure that 3 to 4 people could, have multiple bites of the same dish. No longer is it okay for a chef to just, order prosciutto from a supplier and slice it. Now they need to know the person that makes it, or they need to, get the pig from the farm, meet the farmer, meet the person who grows the food for the pigs, and then, they want to be making it themselves. At this point, in 2013, this is the way food should be.